because sometimes we're live. We're live.
We're
Heidi.
live.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so you guys, this is like my first time of doing StreamYard. I learned it yesterday. And I'm on my big iMac. It's like a big TV screen. And Heidi, it's so much fun to see you.
It's fun to see you.
The last time I saw you was in Orlando.
I know. We don't ever get to see each other right now with coronavirus. We're all hidden away.
I know.
Unless it's on virtual.
But I did get to see you in July or August when we did seminar.
Yes.
Because Heidi is a star. You all don't even know how much of a star she is, but I want to introduce my Be Our guest. And so let's see, are we still? I'm supposed to be able to see comments. Oh, I better go up here. I think I have to go up here.
I'm putting on my glasses, so you'll get to see my ring light. It's
fine. What are we supposed to do? I mean, we have to have all this stuff.
I know.
This would be, can you imagine being like a movie star and having to do, oh, good morning. Someone's with us. Someone's
good morning.
Here. So we're good. So imagine being a movie star and then they go, take one, go live. And I'd be like, wait.
Well, this half a makeup thing is a whole nother, and I'm like seeing how big my forehead is on here.
Are you dizzy? Are you dizzy from having half your face done?
A little. It's a little odd. And I definitely feel like I'm a Picasso painting right now. I feel a little cubist.
Mm-hmm.
A little.
What do you have on your lips?
I have on a berry liner with blush velvet lipstick, and I think this is blush, nude blush.
Ooh.
The new gloss.
Ooh. Hey, we got another person. Somebody else is on, I think.
Good morning.
Maybe. Yeah, I don't really know. I'm so not. This is my first StreamYard, so you all have to be very sweet and kind. So here we go. I want to introduce Heidi. And so first of all, let me do this and then watch what I can do here.
Oh.
Wait now. Wait. Okay.
With half my face. If I look this way, I look ready for the day. If I look this way, not so much.
I got to find out how to spotlight you. So hang on a second.
Okay.
That's what I want to do is how do I just spotlight you?
I don't know.
Heidi Newell.
You had me up for a minute there.
Okay, wait a second. This is practice for all of us. I had you, but see, if I remove myself, then it takes my voice off also. So here, we're going to do.
Don't remove yourself.
Just there, we're doing that. So look at the banner. I put that banner, Heidi Newell 2020 Annual Miss Go Give for the Diamond Seminar. Now, some of you that are joining us have no clue what that means. That's the biggest honor that you can receive in all of Mary Kay. It's the highest honor. You don't get to sell a lot to get it. You don't get to share a lot. You don't get to add team members. It doesn't matter if you're a Circle of Excellence $1 million director. None of that matters. It only matters that you give unconditionally to so many people in our company that they write in and say, Heidi Newell is unbelievably giving and generous with her time and loving on people. Because we have this adoptee system where we take care of people, but we don't get paid because we don't have territories. So Heidi's taking care of someone who is in Washington, who was recruited by someone in Florida, and she doesn't make any money. But we don't even really know who our adoptees are and who our adoptees are not. So I want to share about this fabulous friend of mine. So first of all, Heidi joined in 1996. And the minute I met her, I thought, wow, this girl is going places. And that she did. She debuted as a sales director just 1 year after joining Mary Kay. And she has earned her first car, same time frame as me. We were 7 months. 7 month girls that we earned our first car because we're smart. And we wanted a free car with insurance paid and license plates paid and all that stuff. So she earned her car 7 months after. And of course, in only 1 year became a sales director. So for those of you that are on and you're thinking, oh, I want to be a director, I want to earn a car, just decide and get it done. Okay, so she has earned 14 career cars, 4 of them pink Cadillacs, currently on target for her 5th pink Cadillac. I'm thinking you would look really good in that Cadillac Plus. That XT6.
Yes, that would be ideal, wouldn't it? Yes.
Yeah. There's no question. She has been a star consultant every quarter. Did you and I have a conversation about that? Because every quarter I've been a star. Why would you give up that prize?
I'm really prize motivated. So yeah.
Heidi, what's your most favorite star consultant prize you've ever won?
Oh my God. That is so hard. But you know what? I got a Kate Spade watch. I've had this watch, I don't know, 3 or 4 years. I love this watch. It's a $400, I think it's almost a $400 watch.
Wow.
I had to sign for it when UPS dropped it off. That's probably one of my very favorite prizes. How do you count when literally hundreds of prizes. I don't know, but I love this watch. I wear it every day.
I love that. I'm going to share with everyone what my very favorite prize is, only because it's such a fun little story. I decided there was a little kids golf cart with golf clubs, and my nephews were tiny, and so I decided to win that golf cart. It was way on an upper prize, and there were a couple of years there where I decided to ship all my prizes to someone I loved because I was so overwhelmed with prizes. So I just picked someone, won the prize, drop shipped it to their house. So I called my little nephew Mitch and I said, hey, and he's 20 now. I said, Mitch, Auntie's going to send you a special present. It's going to land on the doorstep. And he goes, oh, okay. Well, is it bigger than a bread box? And I said, yeah, a little bit. And I said, it's going to be really big. And he goes, is it a car? Yeah, seriously. And I'm like, no, it's not a car. It has nothing to do with wheels. I was so upset. But anyway, I shipped that golf cart and the clubs and he got to drive around and it was just super fun.
Oh my gosh.
Back to you. Star Consultant every quarter, 99 quarters to date, 11 times in the Circle of Achievement. That's tremendous. 3 times National Court of Sharing. I see you've got your triple star loop on. Is that the funnest necklace ever? We wear those with pride.
I can wear it I wear it all the time. I know it's diamonds, but it's so, it just, to me, it's not so much that I can't just wear it out and about.
No, you can wear it out and about. Absolutely.
Always.
Yeah. You definitely wear that out and about. Yeah, for sure.
I love it.
Okay. Someone was trying to help us with getting you. Maybe, let me see if I tap you. No, that didn't work. Okay. They said I could highlight you to tap you. Okay. 3 times National Court of Sharing. That's huge. 4 times National Court of Sales, 4 times Double Star Achiever, 1 time Triple Star Achiever. Highest earnings for 1 month was over 11,000 from Mary Kay, moving into that 20,000 bracket in the next couple of years for sure. She is married to her husband, Brooke, for 30 years. This is a woman with commitment and loyalty. She has 3 amazing children. Her son, Bryson, is 28. Her son, Chandler, is 24. And her daughter, Cameron, is 21. She loves leading, training, mentoring, supporting women in their Mary Kay businesses, and is passionate about creating a legacy for her family and the women in her organization. And I am so thankful that you signed your beauty consultant agreement and that we got to connect, Heidi, because I love you. And I've just so enjoyed you. So thank you for being my special, special guest.
You're welcome. Thanks for asking me.
Yes. We're going to talk mostly today about Go Give and what all that means.
Right.
And so while we do makeup too, Amy, good morning. Melissa, good morning. Do you have your coffee, Heidi? Do you have your coffee?
I have a Zip Fizz.
Okay.
I don't like coffee. I have never been a coffee drinker in my life.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well,
but I do like caffeine. So.
And that's in your Zip Fizz?
Zip Fizz. Okay. This is my plug. this is reversed, so it's very weird. I've been drinking this daily. Get it at Costco. You just comes in little tubes. You pour it in your water. It's packed full of vitamins, antioxidants. It has 100 milligrams of caffeine in it.
How much is in coffee?
I never get sick. I swear to God, I've been drinking that for like 5-6 years. I never get sick.
How much in the coffee? How much caffeine's in my coffee?
Probably 100 milligrams.
Okay.
Yeah. I think, I don't know if somebody knows better. I think someone said it was equivalent to about a cup of coffee in a caffeine, but I don't know. I don't do coffee. So weird, isn't it? My whole family drinks coffee. I don't drink coffee.
Someone said they lost us on Facebook. I can't imagine. Are we back?
I could pull my computer up. Hold on. Are we having fun? Don't we love technology? Isn't it amazing?
Yes.
I have so much stuff on my desk, Shelly. It is a riot. It's scariness.
If we took a photo of our desks right now,
I have makeup and
mine is a total. We're back. We're back.
Oh, we are? Okay.
We're back.
I was going to say, I can pull it up on Facebook too to see what it looks like anyway.
Yes, pull us up.
Okay. I'm trying to do all this without my glasses on, which by itself is it's a comedy of errors. Hold on.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so I don't know if y'all noticed, but we only have half of our faces on.
So fun.
So, but look I've got the jewelry on. Heidi, I decided I would layer it. So I've got the 2 necklaces.
Oh,
and
beautiful.
Then I've got my earrings. And what do you think?
I love it.
Yeah.
I love it. My necklace for this month is somewhere in transit because they switched our branches.
Yes.
It's been about 18 days since that order went in. Yeah, I've been calling the company quite frequently saying, I need your help.
Okay, so here's what I got going on here. I don't like my fingers to get messy, so I have a foundation primer on my brush. So that's what I have to do first. So you can see this side of my face is finished. I hope you can tell the difference.
I can.
This side is not.
I can.
So I have been using as sales directors, we get to try new products. And so Heidi and I have been using some fabulous new product that none of you can know anything about. But the good thing about it is, Heidi, we're going to look better and younger than everybody who's not using it.
Yeah, I'm loving it.
So we're ahead.
I'm not going to lie. I see a difference for sure.
Yeah. Yeah, I do too.
It's exciting. Are we doing our makeup now, Shelly? What are we doing?
I thought I better kind of get started because we've got a lot to cover, and you've got a live for contouring and highlighting coming up here.
At 10 my time, but I'm an hour behind you. So
okay.
So it's way early in my office, and I'm kind of a night owl. I was putting my fingernails on at 1 a.m.
You know what? I'm a night owl too.
Oh, good to know.
I'm a night owl. I've been trying to force myself.
Yes.
I have rules. I have Shelly rules because no one else has a rule for me. And so I'm pretty bossy with myself, but I tell myself, Shelly, now tonight you're going to be in bed by 10:30. I didn't do it. Oh, okay. Wait a second. You've got to be talking about what you're doing.
Oh, well, I'm contouring under my cheekbone right now.
So you've got, oh my gosh, I love that.
Yeah. So that's the Latte contour powder. And I just take the back side of my cheek brush, put a little bit underneath. And then I also contour. And here's what's funny. At 10 o'clock my time, I have to go and cover all this up and then redo it because I'm doing this live. And then I take a little bit because now I'm at that age where I have this little thingy going on here. And then you contour right under your jawline. Okay.
I'm seriously learning because I am not I don't know this stuff and I'm not good at it.
So you can see.
I love that. Now I'm trying to find, don't get mad at me Heidi. Don't get
I
mad
would
at me.
never get mad at you, Shelly, because I love you.
Okay, but I'm going to use this.
Oh, is that the new?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
I haven't
have to
even
because I
played with
don't
that
know
yet.
how to use. I don't know how to use the powder thing, but I can handle this. I'm going to try this. Okay, can I put it on the side? Wait, on the side that already has makeup on it?
You can. So you just go right below your cheekbone. See how I have kind of this stripe? You guys are going to get my
Look
contouring
it.
workshop early.
Look it. I did it. Okay,
Yeah.
what do I do now? I'm going
Well,
to
you want
take.
to soften it down so you don't have a hard line.
Okay, I'm going to take this blending brush.
And then I'll tell you what I do after that. It's weird
Okay.
because this is reversed, so it's a little crazy trying to do this.
It is. How do people do this?
You know what's funny, Shelly, is on Facebook, everything's delayed as well.
Exactly.
Yeah, I'm looking at us on Facebook on my computer, and where everything's like super behind.
Okay, so I've got it under there.
Yeah, so you soften it down. You can soften it with your fingertips a little bit. You also do here, because as you know, we want to have an oval shape is kind of the ideal shape. So you do a little here. You actually, it's like the number 3.
Oh,
So here,
yeah.
down to here. You can imagine going back out here and then here along your jawline.
Okay.
And it just kind of gives you that. Okay, yeah. This is so hard
I'm
because
so
it's
backwards. Plus, I'm in this new computer that is like the size of my 54-inch TV or whatever those are called.
I didn't take my quarter of sales ring this year. I took cash and I bought a new computer because
Don't you love that?
Yeah, I didn't really need another diamond ring at the
Oh
moment.
my gosh.
So.
Well, Heidi, I haven't taken a ring for so long, but I did take a quarter sales ring this year because I thought it was so pretty, that pear-shaped diamond.
Oh yeah.
With that.
That was pretty.
Since this is backwards, I hope everybody can see what we're doing because I'm seriously backwards. So you do your foundation, then you do the contouring, right?
Yes. So foundation, then translucent powder over everything. Then I contour over my translucent powder.
Okay.
Because I like having that matte finish. And then I always take my translucent powder after and just put a little bit over the contouring to soften it down, because that contouring, you don't ever want those hard lines. You want it to look soft and natural. But
okay, so I am doing my foundation and I just dropped my color to my winter shade, which I have fallen in love with. It's actually Ivory N140. I was into a beige N150 for summer. Then I dropped down to a beige C140. No, 130. Now I'm into an Ivory N140, which I love. I'm really fair. What do you wear?
Well, I wear a beige N150 and I wear that all year.
Uh-huh.
And it works great.
Well, that's probably my best-selling shade is the beige N150.
Yeah, mine also. And it is so good on so many people. I love it.
It is. And I really you do want to cover your lids, ladies. Cover your eyelids because they get discolored, especially as you become of a more interesting age.
Oh, that's
so we cover our lids. And then my absolute product that I would never go without if I was on a desert island and some hot guy was pulling up in his boat to save me, what one item would I hurry and put on? It's got to be my under eye corrector.
For sure.
So I'm going to add that next. It's got, as you can see, it's got a little bit of an orange cast. So, but it's good for every skin tone. So Heidi and I were the same shade of under eye corrector, even though I'm an ivory and she's a beige. We wear the same shade. Then you take your separate concealer brush, and blend it. Or you can use our little baby sponges or a regular sponge. You know those baby sponges we have now?
Yes. I'll tell you what I do with that. Do you bake your under eye concealer?
No. Can you tell me what to do?
I can.
Thank
So I
you.
won't leave it on a long time, but I take that little baby sponge and I
Yes.
dip it in my translucent powder.
Ooh.
And then you pat that powder under the eye.
I remember baking, but I forgot about it. See why I had you on? You're going to help
because,
me be more glamorous.
I'm all the rage.
Can
I
I
definitely
set
found
mine?
as we get to a more interesting age, the eye area is a whole new animal every day.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
I don't love it. So typically, we won't do it this morning, but typically when you bake your shadow or bake your concealer, you need to leave it on. Yeah, you could use that blending brush. I like to use a sponge just because I feel like I can kind of pat that in there. I use that blending sponge or blending brush a lot, Shelly, under my eyes though, when I do put on concealer. And then you let that powder sit for a bit. And normally I'd let it sit about 10 minutes. I'm not going to today. And I'll go on to do some of my other products. And then you just take and you get the excess off. Okay. And it really gives you good coverage under there. And it stays on really well.
So Heidi, tell everybody your story. Why did you join Mary Kay? Because I don't remember.
Well, I'm throwing some blush on while we do this. Yeah, I joined Mary Kay, I'll tell you, at the time that I signed my beauty consultant agreement, I had a 7-week-old baby and I had a 3.5-year-old. And I had worked in the dental field. I was an expanded duties dental assistant for about 11 or 12 years. So I started doing that when I was not even 20. And then married my husband and we were having babies and I did not want to go back to work. So because I had zero flexibility. My oldest child was in daycare at 6 weeks and I would have a migraine every Sunday because I was just sad that I had to take him to the babysitter on Monday. So I worked until my Chandler, my 24-year-old, was due, literally at the office working on my due date, but that was a Friday and he was 2 days late. So I went home, had a baby a couple days later, and they had hired 2 people to replace me. That's how good I was.
2 people?
Yes, they needed 2 people because I was that good. But so yeah, I was home for about 6 weeks and my husband said, honey, this is great. We're living on love, but it is not going to pay the mortgage. So what's the plan? Because I've always worked my whole life. And I was just sick. I said, I don't know, but I cannot put these kids in daycare 40 hours a week. I need to be home. And it certainly wasn't Mary Kay on my radar. In fact, if you had told me I was going to sign up for Mary Kay even a week before, I would have laughed in your face because I was a massive makeup snob. I was using really super expensive from the mall, the makeup counter Macy's products. And then I would go to Seattle to buy MAC before you could even get MAC. Yeah, and we had a lot of family in Seattle. Yeah, I was a makeup snob. So I got invited to a Mary Kay party and my girlfriend that was hosting the party said, would you come to this party? And I said, I will come because I love you, but I am not buying anything because I don't like Mary Kay. And and I don't have any money because I'm not working and my husband took my credit cards away. So I went to the party just to support my friend and I tried the products and I secretly was impressed. And 24 years ago, product line was a lot different than it is today. Yeah. But at the end of the party, I took my Lancome red lipstick out of my purse and put it on because I didn't really like those Mary Kay colors. I was awful.
Oh my gosh, you took it right out of the party?
I took my Lancome red lipstick out and put it on. I think
I would have been eye rolling in the corner, not looking at you, but eye rolling going, are you kidding me? Did she just put that on?
I was awful. I was I wasn't like super mean, here I am, Miss Go Give. But I think I just needed some attention. So but I heard 2 things there that very much intrigued me. And one was that you could have your faith first, your family second, and your career third, because I'd had zero flexibility in my life for my faith and my family, and that you could earn a car. And I had a very old vehicle. I had a Mercedes, but it was very old.
Of course you had a Mercedes.
Huh?
You were one of those women that intimidate us as
Yeah,
consultants, weren't you?
yeah, I'm sure I was. And people have said that. I'm like, well, I don't think I'm intimidating, but I probably was that day. And then, the car program, she talked about a car, and I said, oh, a car. I need a car so bad. My car's so old. And so 3 days later, I joined Mary Kay after I had put my Lancome red lipstick on at the party. And I seriously did not want to be in sales. I was like, that's not for me. I'm not a salesperson. But what I saw at that party was that we just teach people about the products and how to use the
Right.
products. And so I love to teach. In fact, when I was dental assisting, I was always the trainer for every brand new person that came into our office. I always trained them, and I love teaching. And I thought all she did was she read a chart, she squeezed some tubes, she talked about the product, she said, put it on, take it off, put it on, take it home.
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't buy very much because I didn't have any money, but the other three women spent over $300, and that was 24 years ago. And I think I knew that in Mary Kay they made 50%. So I was like, oh my gosh, that's a no-brainer. That gal just didn't know a whole lot. She was kind of new. She didn't know a whole lot, and she made $150 in 2 hours.
Wow.
So I
More
decided
than you were making working 2 jobs at your one job.
yeah, I made good money in dentistry, but I needed to bring in about $1,500 a month, which doesn't sound like a lot now, but 24 years ago, that was a decent amount of money. I think I was bringing home about $1,800 a month back then, which is not bad, but I needed to replace that. And I realized that I could do that in Mary Kay. And so I got started, and I worked about 15 hours a week because I was nursing a baby when I joined Mary Kay. And I had a preschooler that I was, running back and forth to school all day. So I had that flexibility, and I did about 15 hours and earned a car very quickly. And actually in my first 6 months, I replaced my income, and the rest is history, Shelley.
Wow.
Yeah.
That is so fun.
I loved it because I didn't have to compromise in my life.
Mm-hmm.
Loved
Mm-hmm.
it. Yeah.
Yeah. What, like when you were brand new,
Yes.
think back to what your greatest challenges were.
Well, I think every new consultant has some fear and doubts about your own abilities, but what I found was in Mary Kay, they're so wonderful about encouragement, and the training is great, and just those prizes and awards and recognition, and how Mary Kay always said praise people to success, and I loved that concept. And time, just because I had a newborn baby that I was attached to, literally, because I was nursing a new baby. But they give us such good tools for managing our time. And so, yeah, I think I had all the normal jitters and things that people get when they're new, but there's just, excuse me, a little bit of a drippy nose this morning. There's just so much support that it didn't, I think that was it. There were those little bits of fear, but I think because we have so much support and somebody behind us supporting us the whole time, it just took away the fear. So yeah.
Yeah. What about, do you remember anyone who you really expected to support your business and they didn't?
Yes. My family was pretty good, although a lot of my family they were like, what? You're not going back? You're doing what? Because they were thinking, oh, you have this job and you're not going back. I said, yeah, I'm not going back. And my family was supportive, but it was funny because I worked with 13 other women in my office. And so there were 2 dentists and there were 13 women. And of course I went in the office after I signed up because they're all my girlfriends. I worked with them for many years. And I was very excited about Mary Kay. And of course, there were several that raised their eyebrows and looked down their noses a little bit at me. And they were like, you're doing what? Mary Kay? And I said, oh, okay. And some were very supportive, but then there were the ones that rolled their eyes at me. But I'll tell you, by the end of the year, by first place I went after I picked up my first Mary Kay car was my old work. And I drove my Mary Kay. Oh, you guys see my car. And it was kind of like everything turned a corner. And all those people went, oh, maybe I will try the products, because they wanted to see me be successful before they were willing to try the product. So
Isn't
yeah,
that
I had some
funny?
girlfriends that were kind of like, crazy.
I had a friend, you know, because you just want your friends to be so excited and to love the product.
Yes.
And I had a friend who I grew up with, and her husband bought her the miracle set, which was then called the skincare set, you know, the 5 steps with the cream foundation and stuff.
Yeah.
And anyway, she got the gift on Christmas Eve, and she came and returned it to me on Christmas Eve.
Oh no.
Yeah, I cried. But you know what? It's okay, because I'm still here. You know, it didn't completely undo me, but it certainly undid me that night. So what are you doing with your eyes? Tell everybody.
Okay, well, I'm just defining my brows a bit. And I'll tell you what I do. I use our brow tint, which I love. I still have some hair on my brows. And when we get to this interesting age, I always laugh that our hair on our brows migrates to our chin.
Yeah.
So, you know, one day you have eyebrows and then you have chin hairs and you don't have as much eyebrows anymore. My eyebrows are jumping ship and they're traveling now to my
Oh my gosh, you're so funny.
So anybody in our interesting age range will know. So I just take a little bit of, let me grab this other brush, Shelly, if I can find it. I have so many brushes on my desk. It's a hot mess, a little bit of a hot mess. Oh, here it is. Okay, so, and I actually use our espresso eyeshadow. So fill in. And then if you're going to do your brows, you want to make sure that your brow, you take your pencil and you take whatever you're using. If it's your brow defining pencil from Mary Kay is amazing. I just used eyeshadow forever because it's such a good match to my natural color. And then I just make a little line. You put your brush here. You want to make sure your brow is here. So I just fill in a little bit. And then you guys know when you do your brows, you want to make sure that it comes to here because you need that frame. So I just take a little espresso and sort of fill in where it's sparse, and then I add that little bit of length on the tail.
And that's with your spoolie brush that has the brow liner on the
finer, and it's got the spoolie on the other end. And then you can kind of brush through it with the spoolie. But I think when you already have your tint on there, you don't need to do a lot because do you use a brow tint, Shelly?
I do sometimes when I want to be really pretty, but when I'm in a hurry, then I just do, like, I've got the brunette brow liner on. So I just have a liner.
That looks great.
I don't have any brows at the outer edge anymore. So
isn't it interesting? It's like, I wish the hair would stop growing on my legs as well as my eyebrows aren't growing. I'm like, when is the hair on my legs going to stop growing?
Yeah.
I get a 5 o'clock shadow on my legs.
So
I'm one of those kind of girls, And then what I do is I take our cream brush and I take a little bit of concealer. I have 3 concealers on my desk, and I don't have my glasses on. So I'm trying to see what I'm doing. So I take a little bit of concealer and then I actually use that on my brow area and I just kind of go along the edge. And Shelly, your brows aren't quite as thick as mine, so you probably don't have to do that. But because I fill in underneath, my brows kind of have a little hook. So I add a little bit of color to sort of fill that in. And then I take a little bit of concealer and I just go along that to define that out, kind of create a straight edge.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's so pretty.
Thank you. Thank you very much. It's so fun having half makeup on half my face. I literally am cracking up.
Well, I'm just doing what I'm doing on my eyes for shadow. First of all, I think it's really fun. I think everyone needs this new mini brush set. So this is part of the holiday line. So you want this mini brush set because how many brushes do we need? I need a lot.
Hundreds.
So I've got these in my hand right now. These are out of our brush set, you know.
Yes.
But then these are the ones I'm using in addition right here. And so what I've done is I put candlelight on my lid. So in those those quad looks that I put on our site, you're going to take, you know, like the mid-tone or the lightest can go on your lid. I chose candlelight. Then I did blossom from crease to brow. So candlelight's on the lid. Blossom is from crease to brow. Now I just added hot fudge at this outer, and you always want to start your shadow at the fence. Like Heidi said, the fence for the brow, you know? So I'm starting out and fading it inward. So see how that has faded in on the completed eye look? It's faded as you move in. And then this little new brush that looks like this, it's a great blender. So I'm blending inward because we don't want starting or stopping points. In fact, on this other eye over here, I feel like I've got a little bit of a stopping point on that navy. So I'm going to blend that a little with a different brush because I've got some navy on. Okay, so I added in my hot fudge, and now I'm going to add in, okay, I'm going to add in my navy. And you know, you're thinking, navy, are you kidding me? Well, the navy you want to add with a small brush because this is my navy here. See, these are my darker colors. Well, I've got shimmers in there too, but Heidi, you haven't been with me, but this is my day compact. This is what I use every day. And that's the extent of my glamour. You probably have the big compact filled. You probably have 2 or 3. Heidi is a beautiful.
Here's what I'm working from today.
I love it. See, everybody gets to be how they want to be. And so how did I add that? Oh, I know, a smudger brush. So I'm going to get my navy out now. And my navy is going to go right on the outer third of my lid, moving up into the crease. So I've got that navy on there, but here's the problem. It's good to put our eye gels underneath while you're doing your eyeshadow because now I've got a big navy right here. It fell down. So what do you do when that happens? You grab your foundation brush or a powder brush, and I'm just going to smudge that out. And navy, when you mix it with anything, can look green. So I had a little bit of a green cheek for a moment, but I fixed it. Okay.
Well, it is almost Halloween. You could have a Frankenstein cheek, have it be green.
Exactly. Exactly. So then I'm going to show you another fun little thing that I did with these new brushes. So
aren't those brushes they're so soft.
You what?
Those brushes are so soft.
Oh, they are.
Yeah, they're beautiful. Velvety soft.
Did you ever train with John Maxwell?
Yep.
Okay. Remember John?
The reason I tweezed all my Brooke Shields eyebrows out in the 90s.
Yeah.
And they never grew back.
Exactly. Exactly. Yeah. John was one. You would go into the training and he would draw black where your brows were to be, black liner. And then you had to get every brow out that wasn't in the black liner.
Yes. I had a mountain of eyebrow hairs on the table that day.
Uh-huh.
And back in the 90s, the thinner brows, in the later 90s, thinner brows were in.
Yes. Okay. So while I line with my navy, in the center. I'm going to dip my new little liner brush in water. And I'm going to just, all of our shadows, which I learned from my little Libby last weekend. She's 11.
Mm-hmm.
She's a makeup snob. But not, I mean, she just loves makeup. And I learned from her that she can't use other brands of eyeshadow wet.
Oh.
So I guess you can't use them all wet, but we can wet all of our Chroma Fusion colors. So I'm wetting my navy, and I'm actually lining the top with my navy. Now
While you're
underneath,
doing that, Shelly, I'm
yeah,
lining under
share.
my eyes with Merlot.
Oh my gosh, I love it.
Yeah.
And what brush are you using?
Well, I'm actually using our retired smudger brush. But,
yes. I love that retired brush, but this kind of makes up for it. This liner brush in this new one.
That's in the holiday. I need to pull one of those sets just for me then, I guess.
Because then you can have that liner brush that I'm lining with. And of course, you all know I do a wing. So tell them about your eyeshadow that you're putting on.
Well, I've kind of put it on. I am using Candlelight all over my lid. I just do a general classic eye look. And I have, kind of like you, Shelly, we have a lot of eyelid space.
Yeah.
I have they're standard, but they're a little bit deep set. So I have so many brushes. I did with my all over color brush, I did Candlelight all over my lid, which Candlelight is one of my favorites.
Yes.
Then I just did Dusty Rose into my crease.
Mm-hmm.
And I love Dusty Rose. I wear that. That's my go-to most days. And then I just did the Merlot out here as my accent color. And then I lined under my eyes with the Merlot as well. So I have that on already on this side.
Did you say you use Dusty Rose?
Yes. Every day.
Really?
I love it. I sell it by the truckload.
Oh my gosh. Okay. And you used it through the crease?
It's my contour color that's in my crease.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you for saying that, because I have never sold a Dusty Rose. I sell all the colors, but now I will pull out a Dusty Rose as my contour because I'm using, it's so funny. You're not going to believe this. A text just came through from Connie Kitson. Oh! National Sales Director Connie Kitson. Is that the craziest thing? That's Heidi's National Sales Director.
She's just texting you.
She just wanted to see how Dolly's doing.
Oh,
is Dolly of course, I'm going to have to send her. I'm going to tell her I'm on with Heidi.
Doing a live. Okay, while you text, I'm going to talk about what I'm doing for liner on my upper lip. Yeah, so I'm using our gel eyeliner.
Oh.
I use it every day. I love it. It's so easy. And then I use the defining, it does come with a brush, but I like to use the definer brush. And then I'm looking at the mirror that's behind me. I just lay that right along my lash line.
Wow.
And I love the gel eyeliner. So that's all I'm doing. Just laying it right along my lash liner. I am not so great at a wing, Shelly, so I don't really do a wing.
Want me to show you a wing? Easiest way?
I struggle with a wing.
Well, because people think it comes from the top and it comes from underneath. So if you ever want to do a wing, just extend from under here, take and extend it up the fence line, and then pull it in here into your wing.
Okay.
So don't try to do it. I've got a wing over here. See?
That looks good.
And it's just like, I'll do it with my dramatic waterproof liquid liner in the can. But if you do it, make sure you come from underneath, follow the fence line, and then tuck it back in on the upper lid and do a little wedge. Did I make sense?
Go back and rewatch this on Facebook later so I can learn.
Did I make sense on that?
Yes.
And I'm just lining with Steely underneath. And then you know what I did this morning? I opened up, like I sell mascara like crazy. Well, for one thing, after this, I'm going to have to open one of those black liners. I'm going to have to open another liner brush with the brow thing on the end. I'm going to have to open a Dusty Rose. I love my store because I just run down and grab whatever I want for free.
Yes.
It's free.
It's
And
fun.
then I wonder why things disappear. And I'm like, wait a second, I've had some theft right in my own business. I need.
We're just embezzlers. That's what we do. We embezzle right off our shelves.
Yeah.
I then take, and then I always, Shelly, at the end, I stop after I've kind of got everything on. I take a little bit of Blossom on my all over brush and I just press it right on that line, right above that liner in the center of my eye.
Ooh.
And I hadn't done it on this side yet. And it just kind of brightens everything up.
I'm doing that.
Yeah. So, and you know, I like the shimmer in Candlelight. I like it for an all over color, but I do like a little bit of matte just right on the center of my lids. And then you just kind of soften it down and you have that kind of, it just kind of opens your eye up when you put that. Oh, that looks pretty, Shelly.
I love it.
I love it too.
Oh my God.
I hope
Do you know
people
what
out there
we
love it
talk
too. People are
about?
commenting, but I don't have my glasses on, so I can't read it.
Great tips. So fun. Love this conversation demo. Okay, here's what we gotta, like, I'm stammering because the big thing we want to talk about is we're coming up on Generosity Month, Gratitude Month, Thanksgiving Month.
Yes.
Going out and giving like you did as Miss Go Give unconditionally. And there's so many ideas. I just want to say, I heard an idea a couple days ago, and I'm so excited to do it, where you take the money you would have spent on something because we can't go anywhere really.
Yes.
So you take the money you would have spent on something. And let's say, for instance, you were going to go out for a birthday dinner, an anniversary dinner. I have to curl my lashes. This eyelash curler is shaped so perfectly. And so I'm curling lashes. But okay, here's the idea. You take that $100, and when you go out the next time, you have $10 bills, and you give everybody who serves you a $10 bill. So like if it's the clerk at the grocery store, you go, here's a little fun tip for you today. And you give them $10. You go, you know, or $20 or whatever.
Nice.
Because I'm thinking for my birthday coming up in April, we're supposed to go, it's a special birthday. And we're supposed to go, my bestie and I are supposed to go on a big trip. Well, what would that trip cost me? So I'm going to go get $50 bills in what that trip would have cost me. And she and I are going to meet somewhere, maybe like in Spokane or something. Or maybe she can come here and visit. And I'm going to just go out and hand out $50 bills.
How fun.
Yeah, seriously. Like here, you know how you just, like kids would just flip if you gave them a $50 bill.
Oh my gosh.
So
yes.
I learned that when I was listening to Caleb the other day, that some guy went out and did that. He told his assistant, he said, here's $5,000.
Oh my gosh.
I want you to go I just want you to go stand in line at our local grocery store and pay for people's groceries as they come through. For real.
I think I saw, was that like was it a video? Did they have it? I've seen that before where someone is just picking up the cost of people's groceries and people are crying their eyes out. They are so,
I know,
grateful and happy that someone would pay for their groceries, and literally these people were crying their eyes out.
I love that. And so here's another thought. Okay, in the midst of my thought, let me throw out this, that I opened up a new Lash Love lengthening. Now I sell a ton of this, Heidi. I've never tried this. I thought this was a brush. This is like a plastic wand. It's firm.
Oh, it's just like the Lash Love. It's the Lash Love wand, except it's got a curve. So it's rubber.
I love this. I
Yes,
sell a ton of it.
it's a rubber tipped wand, and it's got little teeny tiny little spikies on it versus that fluffiness of a spoolie wand.
Yeah, and look at, I've got one coat on now. I've got to fix this a little bit.
I'm wearing Lash Intensity, which I love.
Show everybody the lash intensity because I don't wear that.
Well, the wand is as big as your head.
Yeah.
It's massive. And it's really cool because it has a flat side on it. When you probably can't see it on here, but when you're looking at it, there's a kind of a flatter side with very short bristles. You load your wand and those bristles hold on to all that product, and you just work that into the base of your lash with those short bristles, and then you rotate your wand to the longer bristles and pull the product up. So that short area is the impact zone where you can get all that product in. And then when you rotate it and you can see the long bristles, you just pull all the product to the tips. And I'll tell you, 2 coats of this it's really like having false lashes. I have people all the time say, do you have lash extensions? And I'm like, heck no, I don't have lash extensions. Because I wouldn't do that to my lashes. I know too many people that have had lash extensions that have lost their eyelashes and gotten infections and problems. So, and I love our mascara. And I'm also using lash primer, which I saw you were using lash primer, Shelly.
Yes, I love the primer. And then I just did 2 coats of this Lash Love Lengthening.
Yes.
And the thing about, I know Heidi and I are both like go-getters, where I can imagine if we ever got together on a weekend, we would build a new country in the weekend.
We would.
And so I know that you are not the type that could lay there and get those lashes on anyway.
I could put them on someone else, but I cannot get them on myself, and I don't want to spend the time. I have stuff to do.
Yeah, I guess if you go get those lashes on, you have to lay there with your eyes closed for quite a time.
Oh, you mean sitting in the chair getting lash extensions?
Yes.
Lashes.
Oh my gosh, I would flip. I would be, are we finished yet? Are we ready? I gotta go.
Yeah, I don't think I can handle it. I don't have the patience.
Okay, so I totally interrupted my thought about what the most valuable thing I've ever done in my life. Okay. Concerning just having a grateful heart and being generous and having an abundance mentality and all of that stuff. And so how's our time? We've got a couple minutes. Okay. So the most valuable thing I've ever done is grab a notebook, and it lays on my bed, and every night I write my bright spots. Okay. So it's really a gratitude journal, but I call it my bright spots journal. I was reading through it the other morning during my reading time, and I started reading it in 2010. That's 2 years ago. And I highly recommend, especially right now, get yourself a gratitude journal, a bright spots journal, whatever. Nothing icky can go in there, because you just start writing, and you're supposed to write 3, and truly you will end up writing 10.
Yes.
And so I'm pleading with all of you, because because we deal with a lot of women in the course of our day. And when I find someone calling with frustration over something that's really like, I'm on a 15-minute scheduling right now. So when people say, can you do this in December? And I'm like, you know what? If it's December 12th, you should ask me at 11:45 p.m. on the 11th of December, because things change so much right now that we really can't schedule anything. So most frustration in this time frame is over the fact that we can only control the controllables that don't involve time, because many of us want to be time managers. We're really supposed to be time prioritizers, but we don't really get to schedule anything right now, because it could be canceled tomorrow. It could be, it's just a different time. And so to lower your frustration, there's 95 milligrams of caffeine in coffee. Thank you.
100 in a Zip Fizz, so pretty close. Thanks, guys.
Yes, it's very close. So I would plead with you to maybe twice a day write your bright spots down. Because the minute you have gratitude in your heart and the thought of going out to give to other people, you cannot, will not be frustrated, be scared, be disappointed, be fearful. None of it. It cannot exist in a grateful heart.
Very true.
So what do you think?
Well, so true. In fact, if you could see I have a lovely, if you're looking at my back wall, but I have on my wall a big print that says start each day with a grateful heart. That's on my wall in my office. It's beautiful. I don't know if am I going the right way? No, that's my windows. Everything's backwards. Oh, sorry. You guys, I have bay windows, so I'm not going to move my camera. But truly, it is very hard to feel depressed or struggle if you can find gratitude in your life. And sometimes gratitude might just be, thank you, Lord, that I woke up today and I'm breathing air and I have clean air to breathe, or I had a bed to sleep in. But when people struggle, I always encourage them to find gratitude in their lives. And that's what I do. I have a gratitude journal too. And I'm not always diligent about writing in it, and I should be, but I do at night when I lay my head on my pillow, I say all my gratitude and I go to sleep happy because I think about all the things that are good in my life. Even though there's a lot of crazy going on in the world right now, I really feel like if you can find gratitude in the small things every day, makes your life so much better. And same with giving. I really think when you are a giving person and you're doing for others, you really get the paycheck of your heart for that. And that's why I think, and Shelley also, and we didn't talk about this, but Shelley also is an annual Go Give recipient as well for our seminar. So it's kind of a neat award in that we are the only ones, one individual person earns that award each year. And so 4 of us because we have 4 divisions in Mary Kay, because our company is so large, only 4 of us in our entire company earn that. Our entire sales force earn that every year. And Shelley Olson has earned that also because she is a very giving and kind, wonderful person. And I love the idea of just taking money you would use for something else that you can't do right now and giving it away, because yes, you're touching a life and they're so grateful, but you get the paycheck of your heart when you do that. And it feels so good to be giving and kind. And, it doesn't necessarily even have to be money. It can just be a kindness to somebody.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Yes. Yeah.
Yes.
I love that. So you've got to get on your next appointment. So
I do. Well, I have a couple minutes. If my appointment's not for an hour because I'm an hour behind you.
Oh, yes.
I do have to set up. Whole face is done. Yes.
Look at us. We're made up. We got our stuff on. Now I've got 10 inches of fresh snow, so I'm not going anywhere today. Nowhere. But so I just am so grateful for all of you who joined us today. I'm so grateful that Heidi was able to meet with me, because guess what? I learned some new glamour tips.
Yes.
And I would really encourage all of you to get a red lip liner open, because red lip liner and I just put on I think this is the nude blush.
That's what I have on too.
Yeah, so I've got red liner and blush nude. You've got berry with blush velvet and blush nude.
Yes.
And then don't forget to finish everything off with your makeup finishing spray.
Yes.
Because that'll give me 16 hours. Heidi, I'm going to go get some nails as soon as, seriously, we're going to have probably 16 inches of snow by the end of this. One of my precious consultants, her husband came and shoveled my walk this morning at 5:30.
Oh, how nice.
Can you believe it? I know. Talk about generous spirit,
That's lovely. Yeah. Yes, we had pouring rain last night, and it is cold, but we're in the deserty zone in Washington. So and we're going to have very low temperatures at night, but no snow yet, thank God.
Yeah.
We've definitely had those springtime snow things. We're supposed to have, I think it's according to the almanac or NOAA or whatever that weather site is. They said we're going to have a colder, wetter winter than normal. And you guys
Really?
are in Montana. That's a whole different animal because it is just a winter wonderland in Montana. My mother's from Montana. I have lots of family in Montana. So
Yes. Yes.
I'll let you guys have your snow for now. I'm not ready.
I know. I know. Well,
So,
Heidi, thank you so much for being with us today. I just
thank you
love
for having me.
And you have a fabulous weekend. Have a
Thanks.
fabulous October wrap up as we move into a month of giving and gratitude.
Yes.
So, I love you.
Well, I'm thankful. I am thankful for you, Shelly Olson, and your friendship and all the years we've been girlfriends in Mary Kay.
Oh, thank you.
You're welcome. All right. I'm signing off. Goodbye.
Yes, I am too. Okay. Bye-bye, everybody.
Have a happy Saturday.
Yes.
Bye.